This is probably by far the more important BYD model we're going to see today. It's not actually new. It's been out for a little while in the Chinese market. This is the BYD Seagull, and this is a car creating absolute ructions in boardrooms across Europe, the US, Japan and Korea, because this is one of the most affordable electric cars in the world. It sells in the Chinese market for as little as the equivalent of €10,000, and yet you can get it with a big enough battery for a 300-kilometre range, and there is a more expensive version with a 400-kilometre range. It's a very compact, sort of Kia Picanto-sized hatchback, city car really. That's the kind of territory in which it competes. But it is coming to Europe. We have had it confirmed this week that the Seagull, I beg your pardon, will come to Europe. It will come with right-hand drive. It will eventually come to Ireland. And this could be a hell of a disruptor. Now, there is a caveat to that. It won't be as cheap as it is here by the time it gets to us. And that's because this would not get through the Euro NCAP crash test as it is. The car will have to be updated, modified, reworked, facelifted, and basically made ready for coming to Europe, which it will do in the next couple of years. I do think it won't be as cheap, but it certainly will be probably one of the most affordable electric cars around when it does eventually go on sale with right-hand drive. We should take a look at the interior. Let's try and do that. So as you can see, the interior of the Seagull is actually really quite good. It's comparable with the bigger and more expensive Dolphin, in fact, I would say. Yes, there's a lot of cheap plastics, but just like the Dolphin, what BYD has done is they've put some textures and some shapes and some colours on those plastics. And so they do end up looking a bit more pleasant. I wouldn't say expensive, but they certainly don't look as cheap as they otherwise might. You get the same Dolphin-style setup of buttons here at the bottom of the screen, and yes, the screen does rotate, even though that is obviously a bit pointless. But overall, this feels like a much higher quality interior than you would expect from such a small and such an affordable car. As I said, this car is already causing ructions in other car makers' boardrooms. I think it's going to cause a few more still.